Good day, everyone. This is Friza Dadul. Today, I'm going to discuss the Module 2, the teacher and the community. I'm going to continue the philosophy of education under realism. So, realism, what comes up to your minds when you see a word realism? Mm, okay, when we talk about realism, it is we learn or we know something. In a classroom, focus is on subject matter relating to science and mathematics. So, we focus on science and mathematics because these two subjects are the most important among students. So, the example of this one ay mga scientists. So, kato sila, kaning mga scientists or mga psychologists or mga philosophers, nagkuan ni sila, nag-focus ni sila sa science and mathematics. Kay in a classroom, the teaching methods kay through observation, experimentation, and demonstration. So, kani silang tulo, mao ni siya ang teaching methods para ang estudyante kay makuan jud sila to improve their realism, to know everything it is made from science. So, mao ni sila. And the other philosophy of education is existentialism. So, the proponents of this existentialism or the philosophers is Jean Paul Sartre, Soren Kierkegaard. The main tenets is the nature of existentialist is subjective and lies within the individual. Since existence precedes essence man, the existentialist teachers is to help students define their own essence by exposing and have to take in life by creating an environment in which they freely choose their own preferred way. In fact, individual choice. So, yeah, as what I've said, individual choice and individual standards rather than external standards are central. Existence comes from before any definition of what we are. So, yeah, imuha ra jud ng individual choice. Ikaw nga, existentialist teachers, you help students to grow and which is imo silang pasagdaan para ilang mga talent or mga special skills kay kanang ilaha jud makita kung unsa jud sila nga pagkatao. So mao ni sila nadari ang mga uniqueness. Nadari ang uniqueness sa individual nga estudyante. We defined ourselves in relationship to that existence by choices we make. Yeah. Sa inyo ra jud ng choices among your students. Freedom. Freedom as we make meaning of our lives. So, the students are given wide variety of options from which to choose. Yeah. The on education or in a classroom, focus is on individual student. Sa imuha jung focus ani nga as a existentialist teacher among your students to help and appreciate your student. And also, unique to each individual. So yeah, as what I've said, the uniqueness is there. The aim of education is to help the students understand and appreciate themselves as unique individuals by giving them freedom and personal choices. So, kanang mao ni siya akong giingon ganina no, is to help student understand and appreciate themselves. So, dapat imo sad siyang tabangan para kanang iyang mas mo grow pa to iyang skills nga nahibaw-an. So, and you guide them. Character development emphasizes individual responsibility for decision. Real answers comes from within the individual, not from outside authority. So ikaw as a student, naadjud kay imuhang nahibaw-an ba within yourself, and you have a choice. So that is freedom. So next, the philosophy of education is behaviorism. The philosophers or the proponents of this one is John Watson, Ivan Pavlov, Burrhus, Frederick Skinner. So the main tenets predicated on the belief that human behavior can be explained in terms of responses, and man is shaped by his environment. He is not a product of his choices. So, behaviorist teachers ought to arrange environmental conditions so that students can make the responses to stimuli. So, man siya, in a classroom or on education can be achieved by modifying or charging student behaviors in socially acceptable manner through the arrangement of the conditions of learning. So in a classroom, we need to organize the things that we have learned. So that katong ang mga student kay mas nindot ang ilahang property na mas nindot ilahang learning environment, mas makasabot pa sila because you as a teacher kay ikaw ang center nila, and ikaw ang self-directed nila ba among the student. So dapat kanang imuha sang mga subject matter, imuha sang itudlo nila kay kanang dili ra sa imuhang discussion or mas ila pang hunahunahon or kanang mas masabtan pa nila ba through your experience na ilang madadala-dala dito sa gawas o sa classroom, gikan sa classroom padong sa gawas. So the teacher should arrange condition under which learning can occur. So yeah, mas nindot jud imong learning environment so that your student know more. And the next is the fifth philosophy of education is essentialism. The philosophers of this one is William C. Bagley, James Quemer, H.G. Rickover. So the main tenet is it is an educational movement that promotes the traditional or back to basic approach in teaching and learning. In existentialism, education involves the learning of the basic skills, arts, and sciences. So, the philosophy contends the teachers teach for learners to acquire basic knowledge. So, mao ni sila ang mga basic knowledge kaning skills, art, and sciences. To transmit the traditional moral values and intellectual knowledge that students need to become model citizens. So, kani sila kaning essentialism is very essential jud among to the student kay kanang to become model citizens ba, like for example kaning skills, art, sciences, mao ni sila ang basic knowledge among the student para kanang mas broad jud ilang makatunan ba sa kana nga subject. And then discipline and hard work. As a student, na jud dapat you have a discipline and a hard work for this essentialism. Next. And then, schools should be academic rather than social agencies. So, more on acads na siya, essentialism, more on academics. So, essentialist teachers in the classroom or on education, the 3 R's. So, this is the main, ang kaning 3 R's, this is the main proponents that reading, writing, and arithmetic, you have that idea when you come out to the essentialist. With mastery of this and primary focus, teachers rely heavily on the use prescribed textbooks, the drill methods. So, mo na siya. Yes. Ikaw, Jude, as a teacher, learning is teacher-directed. Ikaw, as a teacher, kay kanang, you need to handle your student also para mas makatuon to sila and mas makasabot sila sa imuhang gi-discuss sa imuhang academics. Methods of teaching focus on, yes, as what I've said, the focus on giving drills, recitation, regular assignments, frequent teaching, and evaluation. So, nag-agi man jud ta ani, diba? In education kay naman jud tay essentialism, diba? Kita nag-eskwela ta, we are on academics. So, we focus on this. Kanang regular assignment, recitation, and maghatag sad sila og mga test or mga giving drills. And then, essentialist teachers also kay mag-emphasize sila og mastery of the subject. Essentialism stresses the authority of the teacher and value of the subject matter curriculum. So yeah, muhatag jud ni sila og value more on the subject matter curriculum. Pareha sa ato ron nga curriculum. And then, the aim of education is to produce skilled graduate who will become model citizen and functional members of the society. So yeah, this is the aim of education. Ilaha jong ang aim sa education kay katong mga skilled graduate, parehaan ng mga masteral, mga professionals. So those are the model citizens of the education. And then the 6th is perennialism. So perennialism, the proponents of this one are the philosophers of this is Robert M. Hutchins, Jacques Martin, Mortimer J. Adler, and Alan Bloom. The main tenets is unchanging, ageless, universal, and everlasting. So, yeah, this is kaning perennialism, dili jud ni siya mausab, and worldwide ni siya, and everlasting. Panghantod sa hangtod na jud siya ug dili siya pwede mausab. Perennialism is a teacher-centered. So, teacher-centered. So, kita as a teacher. So, kanang usata sa mga perennialist. And the rules that govern the world and the character that make up human nature stay the same. So, dili siya pwede mausab. They see education as a search for dissemination of truth. Since truth is universal and unchanging, a genuine education is also universal and constant. So, kanang ilang pagtanaw sa education kay tinuod siya, diba? Since kanang dili man siya mausab, ilang nakita sa education nga kanang universal jud siya. So, in a classroom or on education, they develop the intellect, the rational, and moral powers of man. And these are the example of perennialism, humanities, and literature. And also, the history, language, mathematics, logic, literature, and humanities and science. So, yeah, money ang example sa perennialism. This is one of the most important. Like, for example, the history. Dili na siya pwede mausab. And, kanang kailangan jud ni nato ang na history para kanang maka-witness ta ba? Maka-witness ta as a student. And also, the language. Dili na siya pwede mausab. And so that's all. Thank you.